Welcome back. So the mystery of the rocks has been solved. I was very incompetent that hunt. Instead of resting every running three and then resting, I was running three and then trying to pick something up, because the comma is pick up and the period is rest. And so I ended up picking up 2 rocks along the way, not resting. And that kind of explained why it felt off, that particular hunt, and maybe why it was as challenging as it was, because I wasn't following proper technique. I also thought I'd talk a little bit about kind of my plans for the game. As I've said, I want to finish this tutorial, preferably before it gets cold. I can do I can't do agriculture in the winter. And also, the next thing I'll do is the advanced tutorial. And there's a couple things in there like digging trap pits that you can't do in the winter. So the other thing I want is a camo spear. I'm a Kamolainen from the cultural region Kamo. I could be totally mispronouncing that. Probably am. Zoom out. So to get a Kamo spear, which is like the most powerful spear in the game, I need to travel up there. And I think they don't even sell them in the villages. You can only maybe get one by talking to individual hunters or adventurers and seeing if they'll offer you one. Ideally, I'd get a masterwork one, but I'll settle for whatever I can get. Preferably at least a fine one, but then after that, I can build a cabin, but I'm pretty much set up. I don't think I'm going to suicide my guy by just attacking random villages or anything like that, because that doesn't appeal to me. But what I will do is probably do a game where I start over from scratch with a new character to show character creation, other things like that. But anyway, that's where we're going with this. So there you go. Where we're going right now is we're probably going to sleep, because we're cold and weary, and we just finished cooking all of those cuts and got 21 delicious cuts out of it. I ate one of them. And we're fed, and yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Those don't belong there. Okay, they were by my shelter last time. Let's see where they've moved to now. them their head start. It's one of the minor annoyances of the game is that a lot of the keyboard commands that you use most frequently are very close to each other, like pick up and rest, but it's not that dark in here, so I just put my hand in the wrong spot once and left it there for most of the hunt. Day old bleeding northeast, okay. Day old, day old, day old, day old, day old. Day old. And sometimes I think it's a little cheesy to come back to the same herd over and over again, but you know, some people trap and they trap a whole herd. And they just sit on their butts and you know, compared to that, this is at least somewhat challenging. Or also that just the idea that you can outrun a deer. But the alternative, if I couldn't outrun a deer, would be to have a dog. And a dog is far more overpowered than this running technique, which requires a little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of skill. Well, I mean, I had to come up with the idea. I did not take this idea from someone else. I wondered if it was possible. And then I, you know, did what I could to try to make it a reality. And lo and behold, it's not only possible, but it's, in my opinion, the most fun way and somewhat challenging way, especially when you're in a different biome, the visibility, where the visibility is not as good, to hunt. Certain animals you can't hunt like this, but the big game you can. Certainly. You can't run down like a glutton, for instance. You can't run down a hare. You can't run down a fox. Or if you can, maybe you will be the person to discover that. But in my experience, you cannot do that. Oops. I really lost them, didn't I? Oh, let's do a quick herb lore. Remarkable grass. Let's see where I am. Oh, there they are, south of my shelter. So, ooh, could have sworn I just saw an Arctic fox. Didn't I? Anyway. So, we're going to give them, I guess, a weather lure. Head start. Because we zoomed out and zoomed back in. I'll try to give them an herb lore head start as well, but it won't. Oops. It did let me. There they are. Hello guys. Who's my victim today? I like this regular doe. With elk, I don't really care which size because having all that meat of a big elk is... But with elk, you rarely have a choice because they don't... you don't encounter herds of elk. You might encounter a mother and a calf, but not a herd. Okay, let's try to do it right this time. Get my finger on the right button. All right, let's see who I've got running already. That one's small. I don't want a small one, and that one's small. That's the one I want. So are there only 3 adults left? I don't know that I want to decimate the whole. Maybe I will take the small ones. I'm going to take this one, I think. Yes, a small doe. I don't know that I want to hunt the whole herd into extinction. Although I don't know about the spawning mechanics in this game. Whether you can have unlimited herds spawned, or if it actually helps you get another spawn if you clear the last spawn completely. I'm going to zoom in a bit because my old eyes cannot see as well. Just make it a bit as they used to. And this will kind of more closely mimic what it's like to hunt. Let's zoom in all the way. This mimics what it's like to hunt either when it's raining, although it's even harder to see when it's raining, or if you're in a biome with low visibility, like a spruce tree biome. So you see, I'm going to rely completely on tracking for this one, at least until he's so exhausted that he gets, or she gets within range. I'm a little concerned here. What happened here? Oh, there we go. Now the problem with doing it like this is, you know, I'm sure I've been able to see her by where I would have zoomed out. I'm sure she's resting when I would be wanting to run at her full tilt, and instead I'm resting. So this is suboptimal for sure, but I just want to show you that it's possible. He says as he completely loses the trail. Wow. This one's small. I wasn't, oh no, I was chasing a small, sorry. As long as you've got running tracks, you're in good shape. It's when they're not running tracks that you may be in for a tough hunt. Okay, that one darkened quite noticeably, so I'm sure if I zoomed out I'd be able to see the animal. Up to 20% fatigue. There it is. So there you go. That's kind of how you hunt when you are in a biome with very poor visibility, which I was not, but it was just to demonstrate that it's possible just by following the tracks. Okay, that'll be it for this episode. Thank you for watching.